Today ain't no crazy shit, ain't no yelling, ain't no wild shit, bro. We just taking a deep breath, just recouping the energy from like 2 days ago. That stream, I was too fucking hyped, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, bro. That stream, I was so hyped. I'm tired this stream from that first stream, bro. I was yelling and fucking exuberant behavior, Sometimes you just have to kick back and just chill. And look, chat, today, I went to the sauna. I went out and I, just kind of vibed out at the sauna, bro. And I just wanted to, get my energy back. Because I feel like recently I've been putting a lot of effort and a lot of energy towards, I don't want to use the word negativity, but, that's the best way to describe it. It's like, I've been dealing with some bullshit. And sometimes when you dealing with some bullshit, you just have to, let the energy go where it go. And, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it wasn't going in the best behavior. So I was just mad as hell the whole fucking time. And sometimes, bro, it's okay. Once in a while, you gotta let that energy flow out of you, that anger, that, excitement per se, let it flow out of you. Let it just leave your body and let it get the fucking going. Get it out of you. And, that's why I feel like therapy works for some people, because, some people just need to talk it out. Some people need to yap it out. Sometimes I just need to, yell it out, So that last stream kind of made me reminisce on some things and really think about, you know, where I'm going and where, you know, I want to be in 2026. Because big 26, like 2 months away, bro. It's October 15th, a fucking Wednesday, bro. And I don't know how to explain this, but I feel like it's been so much that's happened this year with me moving out and getting my own place and living on my own. And I truly like it, but I also don't like it because I enjoyed having a roommate, bro. I'm not going to lie to y'all. A lot of people, you know, really upsell the, oh, bro, I just want my own place. Like, it's cool, but it's nice having like a roommate sometimes, bro, because you have somebody to talk to after you just bombed a fucking 40-person show and every one of them told you doo-doo, you know? So, you know, it's good sometimes to just genuinely have just somebody to yap to come home to. A lot of people might have a girlfriend or something. I'm not really about, you know, getting a side chick or getting a, you know, a bitch to just talk about your feelings with, because, you know, you're gonna have one fight and she's gonna use that shit against you, you know? So sometimes you need a homie to just hang out with and just be like, damn, bro, that shit was ass as fuck. And they'll keep you humble, because sometimes, bro, when you get a girl and you complaining to her, she wants to make you feel better. So she might not, you know, be able to talk to you the same way your homie might be like, hey, bro, shut the fuck up and let's get to work. You know, sometimes you need that from a homie to let you know, like, hey, bro, let's get to hitting this gym, you know? I did go work out on Monday. I'm not even gonna like say it was a hard workout because I'm weak as hell right now, bro. My shoulder gave out low key. My shoulder and my tricep gave out. I couldn't even do the same weights that I was able to do before. And sometimes you might take a break and you just realize, damn, bro, like, I'm getting older, so the longer I take breaks now, I can't recover as fast as I used to be able to do that, you know? Now, if I take a month off, I'm gonna be worn out, you know? And before I could take 6 months off and get to the same weight, you know? I can hit the bench just like I did before. Now I'm over here, you know, I'm like struggling in that hoe. But at least, you know, I'm putting in the effort getting there, and I'm putting in the effort to not be fat. You know, I'm trying not to be a fat fuck. You know, that's the problem, bro. I see motherfuckers that I used to play football with, and now, bro, you look at them, motherfuckers gain like 30 pounds. I'm like, damn, bro, why'd you let yourself go? And I feel like I don't want that for myself. I'm not saying I'm trying to be fucking Arnold and be like the buffest man on earth, but I don't want to be like, you know, a dad bod at fucking 30. I really don't want that. I want to be in shape as long as I can be. Joe Rogan's 50 years old and he's able to fucking keep that body like you know, in a good shape. I'm not saying I want a six-pack at 50, but I don't want to be a fucking chubby fuck, you know, that I can't run a mile because I'm so overweight. I feel like the way you look is how you're going to end up feeling, you know. If you have a dad bod, that doesn't mean, you know, it's bad. It's just you're going to probably feel bad, you know. You're not going to have that same vibe, you know. But look, besides that, you know, we're gonna put this negative energy somewhere else, because recently I've been noticing this motherfucker everywhere, bro. They call him the corniest rapper on the internet, bro. Dax, bro. They call him the corniest rapper. I feel bad for this guy, but look, at least he's putting in the effort, right? At least, you know, he's putting in the effort. But I've seen him say some corny shit on the internet recently. He goes famous, but like, at what cost, you know?
Rapper, singer, and songwriter who is fairly successful with hundreds of millions of streams and a handful of awards. But if there's anything more prominent than his accolades, it's the fact that he is extremely corny.
Yep, that's what I saw recently.
You're insane. You're in pain. I can tell by what you're saying, but...
Dax has grown to be a huge artist for many reasons, both good and bad, with the majority of people treating him as a meme, but not everyone sees Dax that way. He does have, albeit small, a strong core fan base. And to understand how he's become so successful despite being known as a corny meme rapper, we have to dig a little deeper.
This the type of shit you listen to, like, cause you know, you need that Christian rap, you need that clean rap, you know? That's the type of shit I feel like he makes.
About 2 years ago, but I think since then he's grown to another level. I was mostly speaking on his past and how he's kind of evolved, which I'm also going to rehash rehash in this video, but after seeing the direction he's gone in since that video, I definitely had to step in and add more. Anyways, Dax is an artist who has been viral on short form platforms over the past few years for his corny music and strange marketing.
Hello? White acting little ass bitch. Hello? Hello? You can hear me, right?
Because I gave you too many chances to understand that pain sounds different when it's coming from a man. I needed somewhere to take my mistakes. I didn't want my family to see me.
I feel like this is the type of like shit you listen to.
Forgot you were fragile.
I mean, look at this song about alcoholism,
like,
a very
I like the
serious
words.
topic with the caption, "Can anyone relate?"
Why didn't anybody tell me that alcohol was a drug? That who you are as a man is never enough?
But before he was making corny skits on TikTok and talking about alcoholism, Dax was first popping on YouTube. It all started back in 2016 when Dax dropped his first song on YouTube. Well, sort of. The song was called One Dance Spoken Word, and like it says in the title, it was more of a spoken word than a true rap song. Throughout 2016, Dax continued to release more songs, spoken words, and also remixes of other songs, which did especially well. These included his renditions of songs like Designer's Timmy Turner, which he changed to Hilly Hilly Clinton, and Foster the People's Pumped Up Kicks, which he made a Hooper version of. But Dax really got his big break in 2017 following the release of his song Cash Me Outside. The track was a play on the extremely popular Cash Me Outside girl Danielle Bregoli, and the song ended up getting
How
him
about
22
that?
million views. Pretty quickly, Dax noticed that, hey, I'm putting out these regular songs, but these songs that are remixes are doing way better, so I'm just gonna keep doing that. He took full advantage of it, completely leaning into his strength. He continued doing goofy remixes with versions of songs like Look at Me by X, Mask Off by Future, and Shape of You by Ed Sheeran. And yes, you saw that right, his Look at Me remix was about getting cheated on. During his early career, he was also putting out his own music, like his own unique stuff, but that just wouldn't do nearly as well. And I think while there's a lot of negatives to point out about Dax's music, it's hard to say objectively it's all bad. And I know that's
Because, I mean, bro, at least you're doing something. I will give credit for anybody that's at least trying. At least he might be making the bag. You know, that's all I can say. At least he might be making a bag. Oh, what the hell?
crazy to say, but I think Dax did have potential as an artist, especially if he was trying to make actual music and evolve and talk about things he cared about. But he decided to trend hack instead. Trend hacking is a new age term that you'll see people like myself doing, but it's where something is popular so you decide to hop on the trend, like making a video covering the news, or in Dax's case, making a song about the Cash Me Outside girl. And he would continue to do this throughout his whole career. And around this time, his style of rap was in high demand, in part due to something else that was happening in the mid-2010s. This was the blow up of rappers like Lil Uzi, Yachty, Kodak, Cardi, Lil Pump, and a bunch of other guys in that genre. These guys were putting out a different style of rap, which was not focused as much on lyrics, but giving more attention to the production, the vibes, the melodicness of the song. And you guys might remember, but there were quite a few people who did not like the style of music. Eventually,
Gotta crack open a new one, bro. We got that can Sprite, because it's better. Bottle shit is not as good, bro. This shit more carbonated. Ooh wee.
labeling it mumble rap.
That's what's wrong right now. Everybody trying to rap the same style. With I don't know who created it, if it was Future or Migos, but all them niggas sound the same.
What do you think about where things are with the artists coming up? Well, and it's not all of them, because there's definitely rappers out here who spin bars. Like, it's not all the young kids, but there is a what's the kid? Lil Yachty, Lil Uzi Vert.
They always hating on Lil Yachty, bro.
We're artists, so we're just rock stars.
We call it mumble rap.
Oh, so y'all got a name for it?
Yeah, me and my homies. I mean, it ain't no disrespect to the little homies, but like they know what's up. They say they don't want to rap, you know what I mean? But it's cool for now.
In a weird way, somewhat out of like retaliation, the lyrical YouTube rapper era was born. And I'm not talking about raps put out by guys like Rice Gum or Jake Paul. I'm talking about people like Crypt, Quideka, Dax, of course, and others like that. At one point, this genre even put out a song called Death to Mumble Rap, which pretty much sums up a lot of the style's energy.
These are like...
That's you! That's you! That is you! That's...
Well, the music was very forced and at times cringy, probably at most times. It still appealed to a handful of rap fans who wanted more lyricism and fast flows, which is why it succeeded. And Dax became one of this genre's fastest growing stars.
It's like off-brand Eminem.
As time went on, Dax's fan base continued to grow significantly. He got so popular that he even worked with bigger names like OT Genesis, Futuristic, and Hobson. This was alongside the continued release of
What
his
happened to
remixes as
Hobson,
well.
bro?
With
I
his
haven't heard
understanding of the YouTube algorithm, Dax was able to use trends to his advantage and constantly go viral.
Or I can do what I gotta do to gain an audience, and once they come to my shit, they'll see that, oh man, this motherfucker is actually talented. So I'm like, hey, you know, this YouTube route is good. I don't want to be a YouTuber, but I can use my skills to make songs and diss tracks on some of these guys to where the songs still sound like actual songs, but they're diss tracks at the same time.
His strategy was simple. Post some trendy content, which he knew would blow up. And I mean,
I see what you're doing. But brother, there's gonna be hate.
immediately after, post some original songs in hopes of using the spotlight to grow his own brand.
After I put out a diss track, I'd throw one of my own songs in there. You know, for example, like, people don't understand, like, I Want is a hit song. It's almost got 3 million views, you know what I mean? So that's like another, you know, hit right there. So I would use different tactics in order to like prepare myself for the next jump, the next move. all that stuff.
Around this time, Dax went on a bit of a hot streak with songs like She Cheated Again, Rap God Freestyle, Killshot Freestyle, and more, with these songs racking in millions and millions of views. In good old YouTube rap fashion, he also had some brief beefs and back and forths between people like him and KSI.
See, that's the thing, bro. Back in the day, bro, I feel like being a YouTuber was looked down upon. So I think he was just doing the internet shit. And, you know, like he was just talking about, he wanted to be a rapper. Same thing what DDG does. DDG does. Damn, English is hard. Like, they're like, oh, I'm more of a rapper than a YouTuber. Why do people hate wanting to be a YouTuber, bro? That shit is every fucking person's childhood dream.
With KSI, all started because KSI dissed him on a podcast.
I mean, I guess there's Dax, but like,
I didn't know him. That's it.
I mean, but he's a poor man's Hobson, and Hobson is a poor man's Eminem.
And
so
Eminem is a poor man's Kendrick.
And Eminem's a poor man's Kendrick. So why would anyone want to listen to a poor man?
And I know calling Eminem a poor man's Kendrick is crazy. We get it. But as a result, the shots they took at each other during their beef grew Dax's following even further and got him more attention. All of these views and all of this attention appeared to go to Dax's head, though.
Isn't Kendrick after Eminem?
A fellow YouTube rapper, which worsened the public's opinion on Dax. In January of 2019, a song called Four Horsemen with a YouTube rapper named Crypt, Dax, Quideka, and Screw was released. The track was a hit among their fans. But little did they know that behind the scenes, Dax felt as if he was on a whole nother level compared to the guys on the song. He even went as far as adding a little sneak diss in the verse where he says, 3 people on a song with the GOAT. About a month later, Crypt exposed Dax for his verse's laziness and how fake he was behind others' backs, especially with Dax's real thoughts that the song was whack.
And the thing that irritates me the most is that he said he didn't like the song or believe in it at all. Even though like, he's telling me in messages that it's fire and that it's legendary, he's excited for the video to drop, send me the song so I can put it in my drive, but then behind my back saying that he doesn't like the song at all, doesn't believe in it, the video and audio is not up to quality and all this other shit. It's like, bro, if you don't like the fucking song, tell me.
People weren't too fond of the guy who seemed to be a motivational, nice guy, acting like this behind the scenes, and people became much more critical of Dax
I was
as well.
just recently thinking about fake friends, bro. That shit worse than a hater, bro. A fake friend is honestly worse than a hater, bro.
They started honing in on cocky lines in his songs, like when he said, I promise I'm gonna be one of the biggest in about a year. I promise I'll win a Grammy. I promise I'll win an Oscar. But still, this was all just in the YouTube rap scene, which was relatively small with not a lot of involvement with mainstream artists. And the cockiness must have gone to Dax's head because he felt he could take a shot at Tory Lanez. It wasn't completely without reason though, since Tory tweeted out that he was the best rapper alive and that he would body anyone else out. Dax viewed this tweet as a challenge and in turn released his diss track called I'm Not Tory or Don Q. Honestly, this track sums up the YouTube rap era's energy pretty well because Dax was criticizing Tory for not making music about anything of substance, and obviously this didn't sit right with Tory. So when he ended up running into Dax outside of a club, he pressed him, forcing him to apologize.
Come here, this shit, this shit's not gonna end, my nigga. This shit's not gonna end. Apologize, bro. Apologize, bro. Oh, you know what's going on. Apologize, my nigga. Apologize, nigga. I got you, bro. Apologize, nigga. I got you, man. Say sorry, nigga. My bad for Say sorry, nigga. Sorry, G. All right, bet. I got you.
This whole ordeal was obviously pretty embarrassing for Dax and left him with his pride hurt after apologizing to Tory. Later on, they were both interviewed about the run-in where Dax provided his side of the story.
So, what was going through your head when he was like telling you to apologize? Because that must
this is what was going through my head.
Honestly, you're not really sorry. So that's the first important thing.
This is what's going through my head. I've always told myself like, I'm never gonna let social media make me make dumb decisions. You know, I had done getting hit in the club. I had already sprinted a half fucking marathon. The world wants me to be a big dude and be like, nah, fuck you. But I'll be like, you know what? I gotta go home to my family and shit. I'm like, all right, bro, my bad. Say sorry, all right, bro, sorry. And then the shit was over.
Right.
And I encourage anybody in that situation to do the same thing. I'm gonna teach my son the same thing because at the end of the day, man, social media is convincing too many people to act tough when they don't need to. And the same people that are telling you to
bro, smack the phone out of his hand and say, suck my dick. I mean, I love Tory Lanez, but I'll pick Tory Lanez over Dax, but come on, bro.
Act tough are the same people who will be saying RIP and that, oh, he should have just let it go.
The situation left many people divided, but regardless, since Dax wasn't a mainstream artist, most people who knew about him only knew him from the Tory run-in. And to make things worse, Dax claimed he was jumped in interviews, but Tory dispelled these rumors, claiming they were excuses to save his reputation. And it didn't seem to work because even big names like Nav were calling him corny. Most people would call Nav corny, so to have the corny guy call you corny, I mean, it's just...
Damn, bro. Not Nav. Not Nav. The first brown boy to ever do it.
A lot of corniness at this point.
Nah. I just can't. It's like, come on, bro. This is corny. Ain't this the guy that says sorry to Tory Lanez or something? He looks familiar. Yeah, it is. He's crying over a girl that left him for another dude. You're an artist, bro.
You go get another one.
By this point, Dax was considered a pretty big name on the internet. It wasn't without also being called a prideful, corny, and egotistical rapper. And while it seemed like things couldn't get much worse for Dax, they in fact did in 2019, where his public image took more hits. In 2019, the YouTuber Progress dropped a video titled Dax Stole a Lil Peep Verse and More. In this video, he broke down how Dax's song Not Tonight featuring Lil Peep was actually stolen from the guy who owned the legal rights to it. Pretty much what happened was Dax wanted to feature on the song from the guy who owned it, but Dax said he needed the track with an open to get it through his management. Basically, an open means I need the song but with a verse with no lyrics on it. And then what Dax did is he put his verse on the open spot, changed the beat a little bit, made some other changes, and put it out as his own song. This was especially a bad look since he was trying to leverage Lil Peep's death for more attention. During this whole affair, Dax went as far as stealing clips from old Peep videos, putting them in his own music video to make it look as if this was a collaboration, when obviously it was far from a collaboration. Shortly after dropping it though, the video was taken down, likely for copyright or maybe even for straight up hate. And this entire debacle was mostly forgotten about until Progress dropped a video covering it.
As Blaine told me directly, and other screenshots out there from others involved show, Dax begged to be on the song. And this was because he originally had declined because he didn't think Peep mattered at all, but after realizing that he was, he tried to take advantage of it.
To make things worse, Dax was also exposed for scamming fans in the video after promising a feature and not delivering.
From the start, the set price was not given. They intentionally told Dario to pay through PayPal friends and family, knowing he wouldn't be able to get purchase protection, wouldn't give the down payment back even though it was not specified that it was non-refundable, pressured him with saying his friends were wrong and that this may be the biggest feature he ever gets, refused to drive less than an hour to sign a contract which was desperately needed at this point, and then tried to get Dario to pay $2,000 without a contract to sign a contract.
Basically, Dax just kept the guy's money and never delivered the feature. One fan commented, "After Dax was on that track with Hobson, I became a fan. I'm not going to lie, I wanted to dislike your video at first, but you won me over by the end. Dax is a bad person for real. I'm no longer a fan." And this isn't the only time this has happened.
Why are you doing this, bro? They're already calling you corny. Don't be a dickhead about it.
Dax also allegedly stole money from someone a few years ago, as claimed by some people on Reddit, with others backing up the claims as well with their own stories. I even saw someone on YouTube saying, "I got a feature from Dax back in 2018. As an 18-year-old kid at the time, the rumors of him being a scam artist are true. He gave me a watered-down verse that didn't fit the vibe of the song, and it was noticeably a freestyle. I paid him just under 1K for 30 to 40 seconds of half-assed rapping." Dax's lofty goal of becoming a Grammy and award-winning artist by the end of the year did not happen. Instead, his reputation was hurt, he was labeled as cocky, he got embarrassed by Tory Lanez, clowned on by Nav, exposed for scamming and stealing, tried to profit off of Lil Peep's death, and these are only the bigger things. The YouTube rap era was slowly falling apart, and Dax's music was losing an audience to listen to it. He desperately needed something to change in his career for him to recover, so that's what he did. Through the years, Dax was able to amass a core fan base large enough to still pull in millions of views for himself. That's what he did. Through the years, Dax was able to amass a core fan base large enough to still pull in millions of views for himself. He eventually released the EP I'll Say It For You and got some solid streaming numbers. The reason is because, like we discussed earlier, Dax decided to trend hack yet again.
See, that's the thing. You can't be a dickhead and be corny, because the thing is, you can only be a dickhead if you're legendary. The reason Cardi gets away with all the bullshit that he does is because that's Cardi, you know? He became a legend. But god damn it, Dax, you ain't like that, bro. You ain't built like Cardi. Fuck you do.
Melodic music that fit the time. He had a few songs where he jacked other rappers' styles, but this one was a pretty blatant Rod Wave copy.
I sit and cry in my room, heart's been broken, suffocating. How'd you do this? We were supposed to live in perfect harmony.
Oh, yeah, that does. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest Rod fan, but I've heard a few songs, and this sounds like literally an off-brand, like a Dollar General Rod Wave.
In 2021, he dropped his album Pain Paints Paintings. On Rate Your Music, it got a 1.2 out of 5 from 112 ratings, and on Album of the Year, it got a 17 out of 100 from 108 ratings. It had reviews like, as expected, corny and unlikable garbage. Good job, Dax, you clout-chasing numbnut. And I promise this is the worst album I have ever heard.
To call you a numbnut is
crazy. Dax continued to keep doing things that only further cemented his corny nature to people outside of his fan base. Like in 2022 when he started doing the open verse challenge for his goofy song Joker. This was obviously very cringy, leading to a lot of funny duets and things like that. And the song itself just sounds like something a weird kid in class would make. And I mean, the rapping isn't even good. Dax has done some decent rapping before, but this song was just bad. Someone asked on Reddit why Dax gets all this hate, and in response came a lot of answers. Has anyone mentioned he's corny yet? Very cheesy, lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual type of rapper. Dude can rap his ass off, he's just too try-hard and sweaty. I looked at cover art for Joker and listened to about 20 seconds of it and found out why he's corny. The thing is, Dax has always been the same at the core. He never changed. His corniness didn't really get any worse, and
I mean, at least you gotta give it to him. He's consistent.
He was always this way. It was just that his scope got bigger. That and his audience outgrew him. A lot of the young people who were listening to these lyrical, spiritual, miracle YouTube rappers got older and were like, I don't really want to listen to this anymore. So again, because copying Rod Wave wasn't working and his old style was out of date, like a chameleon, Dax had to adapt. Dax continued putting out songs until he put out the track Dear Alcohol, which was a smash hit and his biggest song to date. I didn't even realize this, but that song actually went platinum, which is crazy. And after dropping Dear Alcohol, there was clearly a major shift in Dax's attitude towards the music industry. Sure, he had done the emotional sort of songs before, but nothing had hit this hard, and I bet he was wondering why. Well, it was for a couple of reasons. First of all, the music itself was a bit more country-esque, stepping outside of his comfort zone and likely attracting a new audience, which is interesting to note because he only started making country once country started hitting the charts again like crazy. Second, this song had a very specific target audience, and that was people who struggled with alcoholism. I'm guessing that Dax figured out that making songs about sensitive issues for groups of people who struggle with certain things was the method, so he kept doing it. Do you have depression? Don't worry, Dax has a song about it. Are you a man who struggles with mental health but feel like you can't talk about it to others because you're a man? Well, Dax has you covered. Are you a Christian who feels that the world is falling apart? Well, Dax has a song for you. Are you someone who is lonely and on a dirt road? I don't know, but Dax has a song.
Oh, he's like a Walmart brand, bro. He's like, you know how every time somebody comes out with something new, Walmart just makes it in like a Walmart brand. What is like a Costco brand? Like every grocery store has their brand. This is like the Walmart brand of music.
About it. Are you an insecure man who thinks all women are out to get you? Dax has a song for you. Dax has multiple songs about all of these sub-niches of people who are either struggling with mental health, insecurity, addicted to something, basically just vulnerable people. And that is who he makes those songs for. Also, I didn't know where this would fit into my video, but Dax has or is on a record label called Records Label, and I just thought that was really funny. Because of how all of these topics are super important to these people who probably feel as if popular music doesn't speak to them, they become loyal fans. Like someone commented on one of his tracks, I have never felt so connected to an artist than this man right here. I'm 32 years old and he is redefining music for me in a way I never thought possible. I saw another comment on Reddit that said, getting mainstream play as a rapper becomes exceedingly difficult when your entire discography revolves around the themes that Dax raps about. Few rappers today find success rapping about family, God, mental health, and substance use, let alone venturing into country music like Dax. Definitely a weird post, but there's a lot of people that feel this way about Dax's music. They feel as if he's the only person speaking on mental health or family or addiction when that simply isn't the case. His comments are the type of people that are like, I'm 23 and I don't know how to explain these feelings I have. Thank you, Dax, lyrical genius. You're helping generations more than you think. Or military for 17 years and every song hits home. Just wanted to say these are spreading like a wildfire here amongst my friends. He even gets the type of like classic YouTube comment that's,
oh, that might be a paid individual. I might be a paid individual.
No naked women, no drugs, no guns, no alcohol, just raw talent, like that type of stuff. And I'm not sure how many of these comments are real. I'm sure a chunk of them are bots, but they are all just like this. Regardless, the vibe I've got from these comments is that his fans feel like,
but this is the type of shit they'll play in like school, like, because it's like clean, it's simple. This church music, bro.
Popular music doesn't speak to them. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, listen to Swimming Pools by Kendrick Lamar. It is literally about alcoholism and peer pressure from your friends and family. And that song wasn't too on the nose or corny. It was a good song that sounded great and did numbers. So maybe it's because that song wasn't super direct, like it wasn't literally titled Dear Alcohol. Maybe Dax's fans don't realize that there are better sounding songs out there about these topics. Or maybe they can't understand the lyrics. I don't know. And I'm not trying to make fun of his fans here, but I am curious as to how some of these people think that Dax is the only option when it comes to this sort of music. And when I think about it, the only possible explanation that I can think of is the fact that they don't realize or understand that a lot of popular artists talk about these things as well. Regardless, Dax has clearly realized that there's a decent sized audience of people out there who are struggling with all sorts of things and feel like no one is speaking to their problems. Even
average IQ is what, 55, 60?
There are people talking about that stuff and they don't realize it. So Dax decides to do it himself. I think a great example of this is his song Lonely Dirt Road. The lyrics go, I needed somewhere to take my mistakes. I didn't want my family to see me cry. They'll never know I'm carrying all of this weight, dealing with the pressure of trying to provide. Who do you think this appeals to? Maybe a dad with a wife and kids? I saw someone call it divorced dad porn, and with the skits that he made to accompany,
I mean, a divorced dad is gonna put on Kendrick Lamar? Unlikely. Will they put on Dax? Probably.
The song, that sounds about right. But I'm willing to bet that Dax isn't a divorced dad. So most likely he's pandering to an audience. This just makes his music come off as...
Look, I don't want to hate... Oh, what the hell would that do? I don't want to hate, but, you know, get your bread. Get your bread.
Marketed to a demographic, not actual art. Even if the music was good, him making all of these TikToks...
16.9 million... Bro, I gotta get on this corny shit. I gotta start making miracle, lyrical, magical, fagical.
works by the way, really seems to cheapen the music. I was just doing a video and talked about how Paul McCartney didn't want the Beatles music in commercials because he felt that it cheapened it. Now imagine putting your song in a million corny TikTok skits every single day. Like, look at this one that says, "Can anyone relate?" Broken heart crying emoji. Anyway, Diary of an Alcoholic just dropped on YouTube. Like, I don't think a real alcoholic is gonna cheapen and like trivialize such a serious topic so often. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it came out that Dax has never had a drink in his life. But his grift doesn't stop there. Not only has Dax gone from corny YouTube rapper to anti-mumble rap lyrical spiritual miracle rapper to emotional mental
lyrical
health
spiritual miracle
Broadway knockoff, but there's another demographic that likes his painfully bland and corny music, one that he targets quite a bit. Dax has a handful of songs with Tom MacDonald, who is notorious on the internet for being a corny mega rapper. Most of his fans give me the impression that they're the type to say, "I don't like rap, but I like Tom MacDonald." They claim that all rap except for people like Tom MacDonald or Dax only talks about drugs, violence, and women, whereas Dax and Tom speak the truth. I mean, they even have a song together called Blame the Rappers, where the chorus goes, "You can blame the rappers that you blow up, but your favorite songs are about doing drugs." So what happens after these kids grow up? Regardless, these songs are also pretty political, with some like propaganda appealing to people who I guess are super paranoid that literally everything is wrong.
I don't know, bro. These are the type of people that argue about, you know, politics on Twitter. You know, the people that listen to Dax and the other guy. I've seen the other guy's TikToks before, but it was typically a lot of people roasting them. So, you know.
Propaganda, or the song Black and White where Dax rapped, "I'm not that mad at the past. I mean, it was only a couple of centuries. Well, actually, I'm pissed, but won't let that be my identity. So on behalf of all blacks, I forgive and don't want to be enemies." I just think it's crazy that he spoke for an entire race of people. But regardless, I don't
Why, you don't think he can do that? I thought he was black. He can do that.
And who these songs are marketed toward. Most recently, they put out a song called Soldier, where Tom jumpstarts his verse with "My pronouns are he, him, his," and claims that the hardest job in the world is being a man. It becomes very apparent that Dax makes extremely niche music for a niche of people who have mental health struggles, addiction struggles, insecurity, or things along these lines.
All right, bro. What kind of beat we tracking to? Bro, are you okay?
Yeah, just going through a lot lately.
You can talk to me, bro. Is it a girl? Family stuff?
No.
Work? Your job?
Honestly, there's nothing you can do, man. Just hold up a sad beat and let me get this off my chest, alright?
What Dax is doing now is really no different than when he was just
remixing. I feel like that's how some of my old skits used to be. So I can't even say nothing, bro. I feel like some of my old corny ass skits were like this, chat. Look, we all make mistakes. We all get to be corny for the views sometimes, you know? Hey, once in a while, you might run across my musicallys, you know, some for the shouties, you know?
Songs, or jacking other artists' styles, like the Rod Wave song. The problem with Dax is that he isn't an artist. He doesn't have his own style. He morphs to the situation. He has potential as a musician if he made actual art, but he doesn't. He makes content marketed towards certain demographics, and he doesn't even treat his own music seriously.
He's too swole, bro. That's the problem. He's too swole. Like, just like how a comic, if he's too swole on stage, it takes away a lot, you know? He's too swole in his videos, bro.
By the multitude of his TikTok skits, he doesn't care about how his art is perceived. Dax has shown time and time again that he isn't an artist, but someone who is calculated, making songs for a target audience. He doesn't care how corny it is to the majority of us because he is profiting off of communities who are going through things, making disingenuous music about these struggles. And I wouldn't put it past the proven scammer and the guy who stole a Lil Peep song to also grift or be a phony or a fraud in his music. Now, I don't want a moral grandstand or anything here. I really don't think what he's doing is like super wrong. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I don't particularly care for it, but I don't really care if he keeps doing what he's doing. I just think it's fascinating that there's an audience out there that really enjoys this music, like truly, and that he's figured that out.
I gotta start making music, bro.
Towards them. And to most of us, it just
lyrical,
like
miracle, terrible, satirical.
But in reality, he's profiting significantly off of this. Dax is the biggest he's ever been, with a platinum and a gold song in the last 2 years. Something that's pretty much unheard of from anyone else to come from the YouTube rap community. So clearly, he's doing something right.
Wait, I thought DDG got a platinum song, no?
This video, you might like my video about the craziest non-rap diss tracks.
Hey, W video, Matt Balls, pause. Why America nuked Japan twice? Look, might have to.
In March 1944, a Missouri senator uncovered a troubling discrepancy in America's defense spending. Millions of dollars were being funneled into a mystery project simply labeled expediting production. Determined to get to the bottom of things, the senator approached Henry Stimson, the US Secretary for War, who urged him to drop his investigation immediately as a matter of national security. It was only when he ascended to the presidency that Harry Truman would learn those millions of dollars had gone into the Manhattan Project, which successfully tested a nuclear...
I mean, bro, I watched that one movie they made, not Heisenberg. What's the fucking movie that they just made? Why can't I not think of it? and they built a whole fucking city to build a nuke. They built a city to take away a fucking nation. You know, they wanted to nuke Japan so bad, bro.
Only a few months later. Now President Truman was faced with a terrible decision, but he didn't hesitate to make it. In the space of just 3 days, the world's first and last atomic bombs used in war decimated the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
This is, by any estimation, a defining moment, not just in the history of the 20th century, but in the history of humanity. From this moment onwards, and for the future of humanity, there will always be the bomb.
The atomic bombings of Japan are widely credited as the single event that ended the Second World War. But was it the only reason that Japan decided to surrender? How was the decision made to drop the bombs, and where?
Somebody said, you know, this was like kind of like when somebody, or not somebody, when America, you know, bombed fucking Japan the first time. The second time they looked Russia right in the eyes and bombed it again and said, hey, y'all better chill out. Y'all better chill out.
We need to do it twice. In July 1945, the war in Europe was well and truly over, but the war in the Pacific raged on. At the Potsdam Conference that same month, the Allied leaders demanded the unconditional surrender of Japan.
The reality is that the war in Japan has been enormously challenging, enormously costly from the Americans' perspective, and they know that if they have to mount the full-scale invasion of the home islands, which they're anticipating, it will come at a massive cost. They expected to take enormous casualties, and they saw the bomb as a potential means of breaking the Japanese will and thus avoiding having to embark on this enormously costly invasion.
However, this plan hinged entirely on the successful development of a nuclear bomb, which was made possible on the 16th of July 1945, when the Trinity test successfully triggered the world's first nuclear explosion.
The Trinity test proved that the bomb worked. What it didn't do is prove that the delivery system worked. So I'm standing here next to a case...
Bro, that cardigan tight as hell, bruh. That cardigan tight as hell, bruh. Why he wearing a cardigan so tight? Yo, he... Yo, it don't even cover everything, bro. He got maybe like outside of the nipples. That's it. He got everything. If you just put that cardigan on by itself, why am I sitting like this, bro? This is unheard of. Crisscross applesauce. Bro, if you put that cardigan on just by itself, bro, he's gonna have everything but his nipples and inner body covered, bro. That's a slut outfit, bro.
That was made for the type of bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima on the 6th of August, 1945.
Now they got motherfuckers half that size to blow up goddamn half of the nations.
Called Little Boy. But the type of bomb that Little Boy was had not been tested.
Now they got big boys.
Hiroshima. It was a different type of device to the one that was tested as part of the Manhattan Project. That device, known as Gadget, was an implosion device. So it had lots of different elements around the edges that imploded on the core in the center and created a far more efficient explosion than this type of device did. This was called a gun device that essentially fired uranium at uranium to create the explosion. So at the Trinity test, the bomb was just put on a huge structure in the middle of the desert. It wasn't loaded onto a plane, and that's something which had never been tested because it couldn't be tested because it could only be done when it was being done for the first time. So there was this additional
they started testing bombs on fucking islands later on. I'm surprised they didn't drop it on fucking Epstein Island, but you know.
How do you get this thing, take it to where you want it to go, and ensure that it does what it's supposed to do without endangering the crew who get it there in the first place and allows them to get home as well?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them got a mad amount of radiation, like hella radiation, bro. And imagine, bro, if it didn't explode, it just like a giant like car-sized thing just falls, and it's just a car hitting a fucking building. Like, what the fuck is this?
The answer was this, the B-29 Superfortress.
So the B-29 had only recently come into service, and it afforded America the ability to get across to Japan.
Bro, imagine the person that dropped it, them looking out of the window, and they're like, oh shit, I'm about to be Swiss cheese. I'm about to be damn Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you're riding around in a metal fucking tube, and you just dropped the biggest microwave beam on Earth, bruh.
Deploy weapons on the Japanese home islands. Of course, from the perspective of the Japanese population, this was a really serious escalation. It made them vulnerable to a series of air raids that preceded the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Hog wild.
These raids were devastating in their own right, particularly the firebombing of Tokyo, which had enormous levels of casualties and enormous levels of suffering. So Japanese civilians are made to feel vulnerable under the weight of this device, which is allowing America to bring the war literally right to their door.
the B-29 was a pressurized
I mean,
aircraft.
them motherfuckers was literally like raping whole cities. I think it was well deserved. They literally raped Nanking, bro. The rape of Nanking. They raped a whole city. These boys needed belt to ass, and America brought that belt to ass, bro.
Which allowed it to comfortably reach altitudes that were barely attainable by Japanese fighters, meaning it was extremely hard for them to defend against. This made it the obvious choice to carry the atomic bombs, and several B-29s were modified to accommodate this extra weight. But the question remained of where these aircraft would deliver their catastrophic...
Bro, nowadays I feel like they're gonna... You know how like they brand a lot of these planes? I feel like that's at Alona Gay. Now motherfuckers are gonna write gay on the plane. Now they're gonna... Bro, you gotta understand, a lot of these motherfuckers grow up in the TikTok age, bro. They're gonna have a bunch of memes on them. Like it's gonna be hilarious when World War III happens, because it will happen. It will be inevitable. It happens every 100 years, and it's about to come up at like 2030. It's about to be 100 years at like 2030, 2040. So, hey, if you start... I know there's a fucking peace in the Middle East right now, chat. Bars, peace in the Middle East. Call me Dax. I'm playing. Lyrical, miracle, Derical.
Payload.
So when identifying various potential targets for the use of the bomb, there's a range of considerations involved. They want somewhere that hasn't been subject to extensive bombing previously, because they need to be able to observe the full capacity of the bomb to destroy what it's been directed towards. That's a really important thing. It has to be a target which has legitimate military credentials. It has to have military infrastructure. It also has to have domestic infrastructure as well, because that's again an important
Damn, is that somebody knocked the fuck out on the
identifying
floor?
and observing
Mitsubishi.
how destructive the bomb is in real world conditions. In many respects in Japan, that's a kind of a moot issue, because it tends to be the case that military infrastructure is surrounded by civilian infrastructure. So that's the case for most of the places they target. So they have a short list of places that they're looking at. Hiroshima is of course one of the places that's on the list, because it fits all of the different considerations that have been determined for a potential target. And so Hiroshima becomes ultimately and eventually target number one.
At 2:45 a.m. on the 6th of August 1945, Enola Gay took off from the Mariana Islands carrying Little Boy, accompanied by two
But that would be so weird though, bro. Imagine you're like, oh, Texas is gone. Like, how weird will that be, bro? Like, if your biggest... Like, New York is obviously going to be one big area. Washington. Imagine like you just went to Washington. Imagine the families that were just traveling. I don't know if I got fake news or not. There was one guy that traveled between Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he escaped both bombs. So imagine that guy like passing the lineage and you know, talking to his... Bro, nothing you do as a grandchild will ever make up to your grandpa being such a badass, bro.
Observation aircraft. After around 6 hours of flying, the 12-man crew arrived over Hiroshima, and at 8:15 a.m. local time, the world's first nuclear weapon was released. On the ground,
Bro, they didn't even Swiss cheese them, bro. They made them into an American sandwich, bro. They made them straight pizza. Fuck Swiss cheese, bro. They went, like, let me get you some cheddar slices, bro.
The alert had been given around an hour earlier, but this was withdrawn due to the low perceived threat of only 3 approaching aircraft. When the bomb was released around 30,000 feet above the city, the majority of Hiroshima's roughly 350,000 residents were still going about their daily lives. After falling...
Say cheese!
For 43 seconds, Little Boy detonated 2,000 feet above Hiroshima.
The first thing that those on the ground would have been aware of is a blinding flash of light, and that was followed by an eviscerating wave of heat.
Say
which
cheese!
evaporated anything and anyone within its direct range. Closely behind that was a catastrophically destructive pressure wave that blasted everything in its path to pieces. It was, in any meaningful sense, the apocalypse made real in that moment.
The aftermath was a scene of utter devastation.
Imagine one of those like really weird like motherfuckers that had like just a bunker, and he's like, let me go ahead and go put something downstairs, and he's coming up and he sees, where the fuck is my house? You know, one of those like, because, you know, nowadays you have those preppers, right? Those people that are like, you know, ready for the doomsday scenario type shit, right? Imagine you go downstairs and you're coming up, damn, it's getting real hot in here. It's getting real toasty. This is the ultimate sauna. And you're like, fuck happened to my house? And then obviously you're going to fucking start melting. Damn, it's getting real hot in here. Why is my skin melting?
On a level never before seen.
You think they like at the outskirts of it, they're like, damn, it's getting real hot.
2/3 of Hiroshima's buildings had been completely flattened. Between 60 and 80,000 people had died within seconds of the blast, many of whom were instantly vaporized.
I mean, you probably want to be in this. You want to be vaporized rather than, damn, it's getting real toasty. I need to turn up the AC. Or if you get that radiation poisoning, ooh, that must have sucked, bro.
Survivors had grievous burns, and those who were able were running for their lives, fearing another attack. No one in that moment understood what had just happened, and yet their suffering had only just begun.
In the days that follow, a new phenomenon begins to emerge as well.
Yeah, throwing up your whole fucking insides, you're coughing up literally your lung. Nowadays, people talk about, you know, oh, I coughed up my lung. Nah, motherfuckers really coughing up a lung.
Nobody's encountered before. A range of symptoms that become described as an atomic sickness. These are manifest in various different ways, but they have devastating consequences for those affected. And people are dying from these things, which aren't directly related to their injuries as such. It's something else. And of course, this is radiation poisoning. This is something which nobody knows how to deal with in the moment because they're not exactly sure what it is and how it's going to develop. And in the days that follow, it leads to another wave of deaths. And in the weeks that
You're just basically a guinea pig, bro. They're like, let's just see what happens.
Follow, there are more. And of course, the long-term consequences are something which we're still trying to figure out today. There's continuing debate amongst scientists and medical professionals about exactly what the long-term repercussions of this exposure to radiation have been for those that encountered it, and in some respects for the generations that followed as well.
The scientists who worked on the Manhattan Project knew radiation would be an issue.
How the fuck did some of those houses like stand though? Imagine the contractor put that shit in their commercial. Fuck a nuke. We can keep this shit lasting forever.
And they even took steps to mitigate the fallout where possible. For example, by detonating the bomb in the air rather than on the ground. Their main focus had been on the pure explosive power of the bomb, but the full impact of radiation sickness, particularly its long-term effects, would prove to be another weapon entirely. More people would die in the weeks and months that followed than in the initial blast. Japanese doctors who arrived later initially struggled to understand that their patients were suffering from radiation sickness. Allied doctors would later arrive to treat the survivors, along with scientists and military personnel who would study the effects of the blast over the following months.
So there are various different estimates as to how many people died in the immediate aftermath of the bomb and in the weeks and months that followed. But the toll is catastrophic by any metric. It could be up to about 120,000 people. That is, despite its catastrophic nature, relatively comparable to some of the firebombing, particularly in Tokyo, that had preceded the dropping of the bomb. What's different here is that it's not enormous waves of bombers that are doing this, dropping an enormous number of different devices across a large area. This is ultimately one plane with one device drops at one time in one instance.
They hit that Kobe. They literally hit a Hail Mary, bro. They hit that Hail Mary, bro. Kobe, say cheese, and
doing all of this destruction in a matter of seconds.
Initially, the Japanese leadership did not understand what had just happened. Then, 16 hours after the bomb had leveled Hiroshima, President Truman made an announcement to the world. He revealed not only that atomic bombs existed, but that America had just used one to destroy an entire city.
That boy had the balls of steel. He said, who gonna fuck with me now, bruh? How you gonna fuck with me now, pussy boy?
So whilst the Japanese are still trying to figure out exactly what's happened at Hiroshima and how to deal with it, the Americans drop a second device at Nagasaki. So the bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima was a gun-type device. The bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki was an implosion device. So theoretically, it's far more efficient and has the potential to be far more destructive. As it happens, whilst the raid on Hiroshima went perfectly according to plan, the raid on Nagasaki didn't. That means that the bomb wasn't dropped where it had been intended to be dropped, and that it had actually less destruction than it could have done.
Fat Man exploded 2 miles short of Nagasaki center, instantly killing around 38,000 people. Far less than the estimated 100,000 deaths had it hit its mark. However, Nagasaki was not the initial target. Instead, it was the city of Kokura. The crew of Boxcar made 3 passes over the city, but cloudy weather obstructed the target. Truman had given explicit orders that the atomic bombs had to be dropped visually without using radar, which forced the crew of Boxcar to move on to their secondary target of Nagasaki. Once they arrived, with only enough fuel for one run, cloud cover posed yet more problems. That was until the bombardier reported a small gap in the clouds, just large enough to make the drop. Official reports reference this as the reason that Fat Man was delivered so far off target, but others weren't as convinced. One observer from the earlier Hiroshima missions said he took the story of the gap in the clouds with, quote, a grain of salt, as the miss was similar to that of radar bombing.
It wasn't even necessarily the plan that it should be dropped on the 9th of August. It was initially planned to be dropped on the 11th of August, but weather conditions meant that the date was brought forward because they were considered more favourable on the 9th. When the second bomb was dropped, Japan really hadn't had too much time to react to what happened. It's not necessarily the case that it was kind of a strategic decision from America's perspective to put another bomb in behind the one on Hiroshima to sort of reinforce the point in the way that it might appear. It was to do with climactic conditions and circumstances as much as anything else. But it's certainly the case that when the second bomb was dropped, anything that Japan was thinking about doing was by necessity already in motion because they hadn't had time to really meaningfully, properly process.
They low-key were like, fuck it, we gotta back the fuck up before they turn us all into a pancake, bruh. Before America low-key pancakes our ass, bro.
What had already happened on the 6th of August, only a few days prior. The fact that the two arrived so close together did suggest on some level that there could be a series more. The only people who knew that there were only 2 usable bombs at the time were those who were very closely connected to the project and the president and those around him. From a global perspective, and certainly from Japan's perspective, there was a real possibility that they had a whole succession of these things lined up. And in fairness, that was America's intention too. They just hadn't been able to get to the point where they had them ready at that stage. On the 9th of August, what also happened is the Soviet Union invaded Manchuria. And in doing so, they declared war on Japan. So now Japan are confronted with 2 separate issues.
Japan had just suffered 2 devastating attacks, and Truman had promised to continue until they surrendered. Meanwhile, the Soviets, who some Japanese officials had been hoping could mediate a more favourable peace deal, were now at war with them as well. If the war continued, a full-scale invasion of mainland Japan was sure to follow, with death and destruction.
Make VCRs now! No. They said, y'all need to get VCRs.
An unimaginable scale. The choice was seemingly obvious. Despite the opposition of many military leaders, and even a failed coup trying to prevent it, on the 15th of August 1945, Emperor Hirohito officially announced Japan's surrender. They agreed to the Allies' unconditional terms with one exception.
The thing is, people said that, there was a lot of soldiers that were out in the field that till like years later were still fighting because they didn't believe that they would give up. Because apparently, as what they say, is it's a lot more dishonorable to surrender than die trying,
Emperor was to remain in post.
In Truman's mind, whilst he knew this was a weapon of unprecedented destructive capacity, he was essentially ultimately treating it like another weapon in the context of the war. And so when he allowed for its use in Japan, he didn't give explicit instructions as to what dates it should be dropped, other than saying it shouldn't be dropped before the 3rd of August. He didn't give explicit dates as to where it should be dropped. He didn't give explicit instructions as to when it should be dropped. After the bombing of Nagasaki, that changed. After the bombing of Nagasaki, he issued an explicit order saying that no more atomic bombs should be dropped without his explicit instruction. So of course we ask ourselves why that might be. And it seems pretty clear from what he said and what he wrote at the time that he realised, as did the world, that this was something different and that he couldn't contemplate the human cost of using these devices again unless he considered that there were extraordinarily good reasons for doing so. The decision to drop the bombs on Japan remains extraordinarily controversial right up until the present day. There are those who maintain that the war would have ended without having to use them. There are those who maintain
bro, they barely wanted to fucking end it, I don't know. I feel like it was crazy what they did, but they was wilding. They was oppy. They was being real oppy.
But if it did ultimately have a significant role in forcing Japan's hand, that simply cannot be justified by the human cost involved. So that is something which is unjustifiable under any circumstances. There are those who maintain elsewhere that it wasn't in fact the bombs that ended the Second World War in Asia and the Pacific. It was the Soviet Union's decision to declare war on Japan and to invade Manchuria. These are the subjects of ongoing discussion, and ultimately the likelihood is we'll never arrive at a consensus answer on them. The other really significant thing about the decision to drop the bomb, of course, is that it introduced humanity to the nuclear age. It meant that from that moment onwards, all of us would live in various ways under the shadow of the bomb. Because of course, whilst the decision to drop the bomb...
But the thing is, bro, if Japan gave up, right? They could have linked up with Soviet Union and then attacked the US. I'm just saying they could have linked up. What they say is the enemy of my enemy is my friend,
Might have played some role in the end of the Second World War. It certainly had a critical role in the war that followed. It became the central and defining part of the Cold War.
As the only country in the world who has suffered a nuclear attack, Japan remains, to this day, a strictly anti-nuclear state, maintaining 3 non-nuclear principles of not producing, possessing, or permitting nuclear weapons on their land.
Yeah, because they don't want to get tempted to start fucking clapping cheeks across the states and fucking across the world again, bro. Them boys was wildin', bro. Them boys was the wildest of wild, bro. Like, they fucking, like I said, were known to rape a whole city, bro. The rape of Nanking is in the history books, bro. But chat, look, it's been a while since I've, done this. It's been a while since I've really, went back to the game. It's been a while. But look, chat, today I'm feeling a little rambunctious. I'm wanting to get back into Counter-Strike. Look, chat, tonight is the night where we're taking back control. We're taking back our Nagasaki, our Hiroshima. This is our Hiroshima, okay? Look, some may hate Counter-Strike, some may hate it, but look, I'm not understanding why people hate Counter-Strike, but look, bro, today is the day we get back on the game. Well, after the damn fucking update, because the update needs to happen. Once the update is done, then, we'll go from there. But look, it's been a while since I've played Counter-Strike. I don't know how good I'm going to be. I'm going to get one game in, and I'm going to see if I get my ass whooped or not. Because I hope not. I really hope that we fucking are successful. But it's been like at least 2 to 3 months since I played Counter-Strike before. Last played September 7th. It's been a month. Never mind. And I think, I only played like one game, so it's been a month, but at least, it's not been that long. At least it's only been a month. Because, bro, I think Counter-Strike was my baby. It was really my beautiful, like, game of choice. But, once in a while you take enough whoopings in your life and you're like, bro, fuck it, I might have to take a break. And I did take a break, but I do miss it every time. I do miss the fact that it was a game for my childhood. It was a game of the year for me. It's always been a game that no matter what happens, no matter who is in my life or how many bitches I lose, I can always come back to Counter-Strike because that has my heart before any bitch, okay? Counter-Strike is the game that has my heart before any bitch, okay? So look, we're gonna get started. We're gonna try our best to at least get like one dub, because I do need to study for my algebra test this fucking weekend. I'm nervous as hell, bro. I hate fucking taking tests in person. I can take them online. I would rather take a test online than do it in person, because in person, not only the fact that you're gonna get anxiety from taking the fucking test, you see motherfuckers finish before you and you don't know if they're stupid as hell or you're stupid as hell because you're the last person in the room, I've always been that guy. I used to go to that fucking, lab that, the teachers can help you take the test. But I started to feel stupid, I felt like only the kids with special needs were going in those classes. And I'm like, bro, I have special needs, but I'm not trying to, put that out there. Because the hoes watching. The hoes are like, oh, he can't. My computer is lagging like a motherfucker. It's lagging like a motherfucker. But, the hoes watching and they're like, oh, he might not be a smart guy. Because anybody that, takes that L to the face, pause. At least they're doing it, with honor. You're honestly losing, the battle, but you're not losing the war. The hoes are looking at you and seeing that the aura is there. That seeing, oh wait a second. I don't need all these shitty maps, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck Vertigo. I'm even taking Train out. I'll leave Nuke in. Train is the one that I fucking hate. I'm not gonna lie. Anus right here is alright. How long is it gonna take? Because it used to be quick. I feel like not many people be playing Counter-Strike anymore. Let me see if I have anybody, well, already in the game. Yeah, not many people are playing Counter-Strike like they used to, bro. I got a request. Oh shit, Dust 2 wants to be your friend. I guess I can add them after, but I haven't made any Counter-Strike friends in a while, bro. I've stopped playing Counter-Strike from the pain that it caused me. All right, chat. Look, oh shit, lost my phone. Let's see how far we can. Oh my lord, what the helly? What the helly? Oh my god, that was hard as hell. Pause. Pause of doom. Where the hoes at?
Right here.
All right, let's go long.
Alright. I'll flush you out, bitch.
Hey, bro, be careful how you speak. Hey, I gotta smoke. I gotta smoke for that cross. Let's just go in. All right, we need this dub, chat.
Smoke his cock, what?
Pause, no diddy. I'm lagging, bro. Why am I lagging, bro? Is my ping dropping, bro? Go, 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 go.
What a terrible smoke.
One elevator, dead.
Elevator? I hardly know her. He's ninja.
Hey, ninja.
Long.
Hide. Oh my god. Oh my god. What type of fuckboy? Alright, let's go B. Alright, Bison that hoe. Alright, I got 2 flashes. I'm gonna throw long. Bro, my fucking mouse is getting stuck. I don't want it to like hang. Did they change the audio? Yeah, they changed the audio like a motherfucker. One long. Push. Green, go B. What are you doing?
Be clear.
Suka, bled, suka. Bled, suka, bled. Suka, bled.
Bled, suka, bled, baby, bled.
Suka, bled.
Are y'all all queued up, bro? Y'all gotta be queued up, bro. This is a Russian server? Is this a Russian server, bro?
Suka.
Bled, bled.
Вот и просто бревнец. Сука, блед, киска.
What are these motherfuckers saying, bro? Hey, drop the bomb, I got you.
Сука.
Alright, let's go. Yes. My fault with you. Hold on, green. Oh, orange. Oh, you got it, baby girl. You got it. Go. He's lit as fuck. I'm coming, cat. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm going B. I'm reloading 43 bullets, bro. I'll let him. Go. Fuck.
Like this guy. No comms, no nothing that you're going B. Did you say you were going B? I don't know.
I did. Oh, damn, that was gay as hell. I missed that smoke so bad, bro.
Yeah, you suck. If you made that smoke, you definitely would have won that round.
Probably, honestly.
Anyway, it's okay.
Damn, bro, I fucked that smoke up so bad.
Now buy me an out.
No, you.
I'll give you this nice blue AK. White and blue.
Let's go B. Let's go B.
Suka?
We're probably gonna know, like, cause last round we went B. I'm gonna watch the lower. One lower.
Why are you going into the belly of the cock, bro?
Oh no! Cat lit as fuck.
What was that smoke? Oh, I see the move.
Good try, bro. He spoke too soon. Bro, why is my ping fucking shit right now, bro? My average FPS is dropping like a hoe. Let's go long. Bro, my FPS is dropping like a hoe, bro. I'm fucking trying to buy shit and it's dropping my damn FPS. Go. Oh my daddy!
Maybe if you guys were just in his eye with the Schmeagle, you could have saved my crack there.
Add smoke.
What's up with you and Cox?
It's on my mind.
Hey, plant. One cat.
That's fair.
Oh, long. I lied.
Long?
I lied. He's long.
You are a fucking.
Yeah, take that fight with that Max, yeah.
He doesn't know you're there. Don't do it. Now he knows you're there.
He knew.
But on the bright side, he can't see bomb.
Oh my god, you're so good. You made it. You made it.
So this guy just started getting weird and thought, I just gotta keep making it weirder or I'll just look weird.
Bro, are you speaking English? What are we doing?
You understand? Anyone?
Alright, go B, bro. Just relax.
I know that. Stop telling me what to do, man.
What am I hitting? I don't know how I'm not... Bruh. AK's trash, bro. AK's trash. AK's absolute dog shit. One cat lit as fuck. Bomb lower.
Great. We're cooked.
One mid, one cat. Best call out in the game, bruh.
Fuck.
Best call outs in the game, bruh.
Say bruh one more time.
Alright, save. We don't got no money.
Why should I save, bruh?
We're absolutely in poverty.
Save, bruh.
We're in poverty, bro. We're in poverty. Where are we going? Mid? Fuck it, let's go mid. Everybody rush mid. They won't know what hit them. They drop bomb.
Eating pop.
Fuck it, I'll go get bomb. One guy cat, don't go orange, you're gonna get clapped. Green, let's bring it. One B.
Yo, orange. What's with the...
One guy in the back of sight. Let's walk. Let's get that plant. Let's just get that plant. Fuck it. I'm gonna squirt. I was not paying attention. Counter-terrorists win. I got penetrated, bro. Yeah, bro, I got penetrated. I was not watching door at all. I went to the fucking window.
You're gonna do what in his window?
Alright, bro, let's go long. Fuck it. I got you. I'm a pre-fire, bro. They're gonna get their bussy open. And I'm hitting that shit raw. Bro, I gotta stop gooning so much, bro. One there. One here, one here, one here.
I guess we just suck. We just suck dick and balls.
Oh my god, I'm getting clapped! Bro, we are dog
What's with
shit.
the P90?
Bro, I'm fucking just spraying and praying. AK sucks dick.
Okay.
Okay, go cat. Let's just go cat, bro. Fuck. We're getting whooped right now, bro. We've lost 5 rounds straight, I think. Cat, hello?
One's cat, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Oh, he's in the smoke. He's in the smoke.
Wow.
Yeah, right there, right there, right there. Blue, you're looking right there. He dropped down. He dropped down. One cat. Two cat. Two cat.
These fuckers.
Bro, we're getting whooped. They're tickling our pickle, bro. We need to stop getting our gooch fingered right now, bro.
You do need to stop gooning. You're thinking about gooches and dicks and fucking ass and...
Wait, weren't you the one talking about belly of the dick earlier, bro?
No, man, that was... I don't know, man. I think that was green.
Alright, let me go get bomb. Hey, bring bomb, bring bomb, bring bomb B, bring bomb B, let's do it. That's smoke. Yeah, let him know we here, bro, for sure.
That's right, that's right, that's right. As if they didn't even know we were here. We just gotta go here.
Oh, where we going? B? B, B, B? One mid, one mid, one mid. One cat, one mid. Cat and mid. Coming CT, CT.
Last guy's fucking mid.
Good shit.
I swear, man, I'll hop out of the game.
Finally, bro, we're not.
Lean.
We're not getting our shit.
No, no, drop
tickled.
that, please. Thank you.
Pop tarts.
Hey, let's go ahead and hit that long,
I like
bro.
your skin.
Hit that long, bro. Y'all hit that long.
Your foreskin.
Not talking to you, fucking green. Not everything's about you, green.
Foreskin.
No, I'm just kidding.
Why would you?
Wow.
What are you doing?
Who, me? We said go long. I win long. No one.
No, whoever's speaking mid. Alright, keep pushing. Just make noise over there. I'm gonna go for that plant. Oh no, I'm not! Oh, what am I stuck on? One mid, one mid. One B, one mid. One cat, one cat, one cat. Hold on, bro. I just want that op, though.
Kill him. He's mid. You got him.
I'm scared. I don't even know. I thought I was behind the door still. Fuck it, we're about.
This is fine. And on two side.
I mean, we just need to get one more dub. We just need one more dub. We'll win the game.
Full blind, domed. Cool.
That's the type of bullshit I be talking about, bro. That's the type of shit.
I'm gonna like choke on the top, and it's not gonna be a big dick. It's gonna be a small one, a small little choke.
Come on. Stick to it. He got my op. You got my op, bro. You got aura.
No. That's fake. Fake news. If anything, you lose aura.
If he aces this, bro, I would genuinely be, like, impressed, bro. I would genuinely be impressed if he aces this shit. I can't give him too much energy. I'm gonna let him do his thing, bro, because I'm, like, low-key upset as fuck.
Wow.
Damn, bro, good try.
We got this, though. We got CT.
Yeah, we're getting whooped right now, bro.
We just gotta save our ops.
We just gotta rush mid.
That's right.
I think if we all rush mid
Yo,
and come into
buy bomb. Buy frag.
that. I'll smoke us mid if we all rush mid. I got a smoke-a-roni on us. Give him that thicky. They're long. Go. Clap him. Clap him. I got fucked. Clap him.
I'm getting clapped. Oh, let's go, B.
Pushing.
Let's go.
Back up.
And you gotta push him fast.
Oh my god, he's there! By car! Yes!
That's right!
Yes! That mid-rush always works! I have strats. Alright, I got lower, bro. We gotta keep pushing him. Put it down their throat. Put it down in their throat, bro. Don't pull out.
Let's show them who we are. Throwing smoke. Grenade.
Upper tons. B. Good shit.
Nice one, B.
I'm trying.
Good shit. Hell yeah, they dropped dualies. I need to fucking learn how to spray this fucking gun, bro. I can't fucking shoot this P90 like that no more. Why am I middle fragging? I need to top frag, bro. I need to double my kills. That's what I need to do. I'll take long. They're probably gonna go cat, bro. I'm hacked into their comms.
I'll go mid.
Remember, this is bandit country. Shoot everything. Smoke. Incendiary. Throwing fire.
What was that? Long, one long. They're sitting by car long. Top mid, top mid.
Two top mid.
They're coming cat.
Nothing B.
Cat.
On a cat.
Throwing smoke.
Yeah, they're pushing all cat.
Nice shot.
I got you, green. Hey, one more.
Spray and pray.
One mid.
Good shit, baby girl. AK right here.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Appreciate you.
Alright, I got him, dude. Fucking 3,000 DPI right now, bro.
Throwing smoke. Incendiary out.
Sui's guy, bro.
Throwing fire.
Upper.
Yeah. They're pushing.
He's sitting in the molly. He's sitting in the molly. Come suck on this beat, bro. Come smuck on this schmeat, bro. I'm getting tired of this.
So they should be low too, but no promises here.
Bruh, that was a bad round. It's all good. That was a bad round, bro. Rush mid, rush mid. I'll drop MP9s. Whoever can buy, I'll drop somebody an MP9, bro.
I think we're all good.
Yeah, somebody was broke. Hey, let's go give him that schmeat. Let's go give him that schmeat.
Suicide.
Oh! Good
Nice
pickings! Top mid, top mid, top mid!
I'll go A. I think they're going long here.
Yeah, he's setting top mid right here, yellow. Top mid. 2 top mid.
Long. Please. Thank you.
Did he run past me? Yeah, he cat. Last one, cat. Yeah, I was like, bro, somebody ran past me. Pushed on sight. Bro, he's lit. Just drop that nade on sight when he's planning. There's another nade right there. Hit him with your schmeat. Good try, bro! Oh my god, bro! He should have just hit him with a schmeat, man. He should have given it. Ah!
Another push mid?
Yeah, I got long. I'll hold long and you guys push mid. And then just go B. If there's nobody mid, just go B. Oh, I got long. We'll keep him contained. Oh, it's long. One long. One maybe two long. Not all of them are long, though. Not all of them are long. Nope, they're long. Car. 2 car, 3 car.
Ow.
One more. Good try, damn, bro. Good try. We got it. Hey, fuck it. Y'all want to run a train long, bro? Save. We might have to give him the schmeat. Nate stag long? Fuck it. That's all I can afford, bro, is a nade. Come on, jump. Give him that schmeat. 7-11, bro. Let's turn it into 9-11. Flash. Oh, daddy! Give him that good dick!
2 outside long.
Oh my god, I'm looking for a gun! 2 there, last two there.
Yeah.
Pushing long. Green, by you, green. They're pushed up. All the way pushed up, both pushed up.
He's low.
Pistol.
2 bullets.
That's all he needs!
That's what I'm talking about. That's why he's the GOAT.
Damn, bro, that was good schmeating, bro. That was good schmeating.
Yeah, I put my schmeat on his throat.
I got B. A 2 hold mid, bro, so we can rotate quick. We can.
These fellas are gonna regret waking up this morning.
Tickle their gooch, bro, and we'll be good.
Got mid one.
Grenade out.
Nothing B.
Probably gonna be cat.
Fuck me. Fuck this guy.
Nothing B.
More long. Probably.
It's A. Cat. 1 or 2 cat. Mid and cat. Stay alive.
Oh, you're nasty. You're nasty.
Fuck.
What are you doing up there, man?
No, I'm coming around. Oh my god.
You went for the simple, bro. That's crazy.
If that landed, I would have honestly scored it, bro. Damn it, bro. Fuck.
No,
I think this is a PP Bison rush mid, bro. This is an easy rush mid. I think this is what we call suicide. One suicide, one suicide.
He's tagged.
Throwing fire.
No! Long, they're going long to B. A. One more, one more. Bomb down, top mid.
Bomb.
One in long doors, one inside long doors.
Oh boy.
Fuck! One coming cat, one coming cat. Oh, one bottom mid. You saw him bottom mid. Pick up that gun to the left of you, Orange. Double doors in mid. GG, boys. It was a good game. It was a good game. Damn, I sucked. Holy shit, I was trash, chat. Holy shit, I'm trash. What's the ranking looking like, though, bruh? Oh! 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 Bro. Chat. Look. All I can say is we tried. We tried our best. We gave it our all. We put in the effort when it mattered most. We did not give up. Did we get our asses whooped? Oh, for sure. For sure. No doubt in my mind that was a whooping. But it was a close whooping. We didn't take straight belt to ass. Is that something that I'm proud of? Probably not. That was belt to ass almost. Our team put in the effort, a few extra minutes. But damn, did that shit hurt my soul, man. I'm hurt. But once in a while, you have to get knocked down to really know what it's about, what the winning is really about. Because if you won every time, if you took a dub every time, is that dub really worth it? A dub is really worth it when you've been taking losses. And until next time, I think I need to practice a little bit more. I think I need to put in a little bit more effort. I need to lock in some more hours in the grind. For somebody that's been not playing that game for a month, for Counter-Strike, a month, hey, that's pretty good. I didn't even warm up. That was my warm-up game, to be honest with y'all. But it was an ass whooping, I will say. It was a little bit of an ass whooping, chat. It happens. But look, I told y'all that I will put in the best effort that I can to keep my team from losing. I wasn't able to hold up my bargain. But until next time, I will make you proud, chat. We were just kicking back and relaxing. But look, until next time, I hope you take care and you practice twice as hard as I did. Because next time, I'm bringing it and I'm laying it down, boy.